Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a very weird turn of events, but here we are, a Game 5 getting ready to happen between the Dallas Fuel and the Shanghai Dragons after some shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, look, Dallas Fuel were poised to win the map regardless, but it feels bad if you're a Dragons fan because
you'll never know.
You'll never know.
Pulled it off.
It could have gone so far. There was an EMP about to hit them. It was not a favorable position. After that, after the dust settled there, the re-engage for the Fuel might have stopped them just a few meters further forward. But either way, it feels bad. If you're a Dragons fan, you're hoping that was going to be the miracle push. We're going to map 5. And this is also feeling good if you're a Dallas fan, because on Ilios, we had the absolute control of Zarya versus Zarya by AKM, which outside of high ground has kind of continued, right? When we're in the neutral space where we are not having DM and Gamsu operate on that high ground, which is something the Fuel has struggled to, take away from them if we go back to Volskaya. But on Nepal, well, there's a little less high ground, low ground. It's more about these neutral fights. And there's some depth we'll see on Sanctum where we start here. I have to personally give the edge to the Fuel on this map type.
Yeah, based on the earlier results, certainly looking like it could be in their favor. OG as well, back on the Winston. Something that we know is very comfortable for him. Just gonna be meeting up here onto the high ground along the right-hand side. From the Fuel's perspective, a lot of shots coming in from Unko in the back, and Gamsu gonna be taken down. So already, fantastic start. Youngjin tries to make it out. Sliver of HP, but seems like we'll be able to kite back towards the dropship, at least for a little bit longer.
Unko really turning that fight in their favor. Massive damage coming through. Good Discord targets. They're going to try to touch this point and tag it in first. We will see a contest. Perhaps not, actually. They're going to engage.
Yeah, they're looking for the fight while the team is split up at the moment, but don't find any kills for it. See, Gamsu not really willing to fully commit in with that jump. Unko gets a pick off. Luffy going to be gone.
They're going to have to leave it.
Yep.
This is rough for the Dragons.
So much space to work with.
Yeah, control this choke now too. AKM is a little bit behind in ult charge, but with the choke point here, it's not going to take long for him to blast those right clicks through and catch up, as you can see. And then they can just disengage. This is all in the Fuel's favor. The ball's in their court. They're going to engage themselves actually onto this choke.
Now they have the grab. See if they still want to play this far forward. Team a little bit split off. They see them wrapping around the side. RCK takes away Luffy. Gets rid of something there. But now it's going to be AKM taken down before he can really layer in any of that damage. Zachary has the rally rolling. Unko with the Transcendence, however, keeping the rest of the squad alive and healthy as they wait for AKM to rejoin. OGE looking for some knockoffs with that Primal Rage. Bomb going to be inside. Man's going to pop off. Ding going to be taken out of the mech. Looking for the finish here. Onto the enemy, Zenyatta. Luffy going lower and lower. OG will be able to find the kill. Now it's going to be a grab coming back through. RCK going to be knocked out of the mech. Youngjin, however, zapped to death. You would expect a little bit more damage. They will be able to find it. However, 3 members dead on the side of the Dallas Fuel, but they still have control of the point for now.
This is another great fight for the Shanghai Dragons, but it comes at a price. Ultimates were used here. Gamsu tossing out that Primal Rage. That's the best tool you can have in terms of delaying and catching up in terms of ultimates, in terms of control meter at 8 to 79 at the moment. Dallas Fuel are looking to just come back in here and take this with an ult-efficient fight. And AKM, once again in this neutral map with no low high ground, is doing a lot with his energy.
Bomb going way into the back, but will clip onto the wall, so not able to find it into the doorway. OG, however, going to be taken out, but AKM
high energy
finds the amp. Now Youngjin going to be gone. 2 for 1 to start. So wait for OG to rejoin. Luffy now going to be eliminated. And it seems like Gamsu, nowhere to go. Tried to go in for the leap as Zachary boops him off to the side. So Flip coming back in, only 37% given to the Shanghai Dragons. Dallas Fuel pushing it past 80.
Yeah, nice whip there. Mess up the jump trajectory. It's going to further delay them, and they have rally and support ultimates to get onto the point. That will build the tank ultimates. Gamsu and DM will be able to build this with rally plus sound barrier.
Grab's going to be out. Luffy immediately responding with that Transcendence, with a bomb from RCK. Still manages to find Coma. Pushing forward on the dregs of that sound barrier shield. Trying to make this last. Trying to find some success. OG going to be popping the Primal Rage as AKM gets rid of Gamsu. Very few mitigating factors now for the Shanghai Dragons to try to take some damage away. Ding going to be losing out onto the mech. They join back in. Grab comes through. Sound barriers in from closer, trying to keep them all alive. The M and Ding both going to be eliminated. Youngjin, Coma, need I name more?
They've
All
got
going to
it.
be taken down. That's the first round of Nepal going the way of the Dallas Fuel.
Very controlled map by them. Nepal, a map where their style can really show through. Less potential Sombra, right? No EMPs really to deal with on this map. We've seen it before on Sanctum, but it's very difficult to execute. Feels very all-in, very difficult to farm the EMP because you put yourself in a position where you're going to get stunned by the Brigida if you try to do so. And with the early lead, the Dallas Fuel and AKM built, they were able to control chokes, always be ahead in ultimates. And the Shanghai Dragons, they've got an opportunity to win this Rhine versus Rhine battle now. As we head into Village, this is going to be where OG can really redeem himself, I mean, fully. If he can play safe, play careful here, not get caught, Dallas Fuel closes out the map in the series. We'll be running RCK on the Sombra once again, whereas the Dragons want to use Ding for high ground control.
Just hacking out that Mega Pack before joining him with the rest of his squad. OG and Zachary both taken dangerously low here, and actually OG going to be finished off. Goes in for the fire strike, and Luffy just takes his head off.
This is what I was afraid of for the Fuel. OG just the target. When they're running the Diva in particular, they're able to do so much more damage quickly. And now this is one of the only maps where high ground matters of these three. You know, when you look at Sanctum, not so much. Shrine, not so much. But here, the high ground does matter. So getting this first cap and having these players up here means Dallas Fuel is going to have to take a different approach. They can't take the choke, but now they're fighting against high ground on the low ground here.
Yeah, Coma going low, Zachary. Again, going to be under fire. Right-click shots coming in from DM. Getting that damage through. Remco will be a casualty at the same time. Dallas Fuel do manage to get the flip and all of the chaos, but they're not going to be holding it for very long. Already taken back, only 5% snagged. As they will just continue to clean up the members of the Fuel.
You know, T-Mobile may have you high ground, low ground covered, but I tell you, Reinhardt's shield does not. If you're up on you're down on the low ground, it's going to be a big problem when you're getting hit by these right clicks coming through from the Zarya. Same with Zachary with his shield. And the Diva having to aim upwards or use her boosters to attack and contest the high ground means the defending Diva has the cooldown advantage. And once again, this time they're going to take actually the choke point, so a huge fire strike.
Shatter nearly there for OG. Blocks out Gamsu's. Grab, however, going to be locking him up. Unco, no transcendence. The pin is good from Gamsu. Picks him off again. 60% about here for the Dragons as they look to tie things up on Nepal.
It's a really good play by DM. Understanding the Grav would isolate OG, he'd be the first to die. And they're just gonna wait for his respawn here. He'll have the Shatter for this next attack, but they still have to go through this choke point, which means they're still gonna take a lot of damage. Gamsu's Fire Strike is the biggest source. Actually, they turn around.
Yeah, do wrap around the other side, catching him off guard, it would seem. Pushed away onto the point first. Dragons, though, not giving it away yet. Grab's going to be coming down, locks him up, bomb to the back from Ding, looking for some big offs, but not going to be able to find anybody. Luffy, the Transcendence now going to be expired. Shadow coming down, the bomb's going to be set up! Doesn't come up with any kills itself, and RCK actually can't make it back into the mech, but the rest of the Fuel are able to come up with the kills. Ding going to be knocked out of the mech here at the end. Luffy taken down, trying to get a kill here onto OG. Coma as well, really trying to make this one happen. But we're into OT. 99% for the Dragons. The flip comes in. Dallas Fuel, a very long way to go if they want to close this out with a 2-0.
They do have control of the high ground now and this choke. They have a win condition. AKM splitting with OG there and coming for the flanking Zarya damage was really ingenious on that last attack. It gets them the point, but they're going to have to do more than that if they want to close this map out now. Here we go, right side approach for the Dragons. Grab almost ready for DM.
Pushing their way up. Does have it ready.
High energy.
Taking a bit of damage, throws it right at OG's feet, locking him up. Transcendence is in from Unco, and Gamsu pushing forward to try to farm up an Earth Shatter. Will be taken out. So charge forward here for the Fuel. AKM scooping up kill after kill, holding on to that grab. The Fuel now looking good, now looking poised. Maybe they can actually take this. The Dragons, though, not going to go down without a fight. We've already seen that from them in this series.
Dragons fans are silent here. They know that there's not a whole lot of ultimates to initiate onto the point with here. No Shatter, no Grav. It's going to be support ultimates they have to fight through. They got to be careful of OG Shatter, and AKM comes to the pincer.
Grab comes in, Luffy gonna be popping the Transcendence. Goes straight into the grab, keeps everybody topped up for the moment. Zachary taking a lot of damage. Shatter gonna be coming through, locks up Ding, locks up a few more here into the front. DM gonna take himself out as he stands up, the right click. Gets rid of himself.
Coma was so close. He was so close to a sound barrier. It might have saved them, but it's not enough. AKM's positioning really good on this map. He's low energy, but it's these grabs that are making the defense happen. 12% away is the fuel. One more shot for the Dragons, and they're not going to have the support ult that they had last time. They're not going to have that trance.
They have to flip this. They have to make this happen. Shadow's going to be coming down from Gamsu. RCK going to be locked up. The sound barrier from closer. Perfectly timed. Keeps everybody alive, and Unko is still holding on to that Transcendence. Otrade going to be eliminated. Good pin from
Coma's on the point.
But DM going to be taken down at the same time. The main damage dealer for the Dragons has been eliminated. Youngshin going lower. Unko finds Luffy. Now the break's going to be gone. Ding answers back. Gets rid of one, but Koma going to be gone. The mech is going to be gone, and that's should be it. Pin comes through from Gamsu, but as it expires, as he gets the hit, it takes down, and the Dallas Fuel, they take it all the way to Game 5. They win it 2-0 on Nepal.
This is just one part of a two-part match. They will face the Dragons again next Friday, but tonight, it was AKM, the better Zarya, and when you take that high ground, low ground advantage away, he absolutely had the better energy management. It was his positioning, his angles that won them the final map in Nepal. For the Shanghai Dragons, they're not going to get that third win tonight, but they still look vastly improved. This is a new season and a new Dragons. Ding on the Sombra, making waves right now. What a great series, definitely series of the night.
Yeah, fantastic. From both of these squads, neck and neck. Could have really gone either way. Dragons put up one heck of a fight, but Control could not come out on top, could not extend us to that third and final round of Shrine. But guys, let's go ahead and throw down to Mika, who's on the floor with RCK.
Thanks, guys. We are here with RCK. Make some noise. We got a lot of fans here in the front. I love it. So this was such a tight series. It was a lot of back and forth, but you guys pulled it out in the end. So how are your emotions after such a crazy game?
Well, it was a tight game, as you could see, and I think we're really happy about the result after all. Like, we were very confident coming for this match. We did a lot of small mistakes, but after all, we pulled it out.
You did, congratulations. And now that you've pulled it out, you have next Friday to look forward to, where you go up against the Shanghai Dragons again. But do you think that your win has given you an edge, or are you still just head down to the keyboard, gonna really grind this one out?
I think we're gonna fix the mistakes that we did, gonna be a bit more confident, and we're gonna take it home.
Absolutely. Well, I know all your fans here are cheering for you, and they will be cheering for you next Friday. So thank you to RCK, and we're gonna kick it right back up on to the casters.
Thank you very much, Mika. Good to hear from him, and good to hear that they're still going to be tackling that next bout against the Dragons in a very serious fashion. Again, was so close between these two teams, especially on the non-control maps. I think that if the Dragons can tighten up their play there, it could be honestly a Shanghai win next time out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it further, but after we watch our player of the match by Omen by HP.
Gotta see who it is. A couple different people.
Yeah.
That it could go to as per usual, but it will be AKM coming out on top. I mean, he kicked things off with a phenomenal Zarya performance on Control that really paved the way to that first map victory.
I only ever feel like he really suffered on Volskaya, and that's because his team just wasn't able to wrestle Control away. But on B, he had some good moments. Dorado, solid as well. I mean, for me, AKM is not only in terms of stats and his ability to control Zarya, what really won them this match, but his ability to keep players like OG calm in the face of adversity, being a good shot caller, being a leader, and such improvement after last year. It was not his hero pool. He had some struggles, adapting last year and, was actually having emotional times himself. Now he comes back as this new leader, and Dallas Fuel looks all the more terrifying when he's in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, arguably even this year, not really the heroes that we're used to seeing him as, as a legacy player in the Overwatch scene. Still not quite pandering to that, but phenomenal performances coming through from AKM. It's been absolutely wonderful from him, but congratulations to the Dallas Fuel for winning that series there versus the Dragons. They'll get another shot next week when they face off again. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere though, because we still have the Watchpoint post show coming up in just a few, so make sure you stay tuned.
brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.